Damn, I almost completely forgot about this movie. In case you missed it, The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf is an animated prequel to the Witcher series on Netflix. Now, it's a cartoon, yes, but let me be clear. It's rated 18 plus for a reason. For reference, Mindhunter, which is about serial killers, is rated 16 plus. But even though it's a prequel, it's not about Geralt. This movie is about Vesemir, how he came to be a witcher, what kind of a witcher he was, and some of the adventures he went through during his time as a witcher. Now, I haven't read the book, and I haven't played the game either. Move this man! So I'm not qualified to say how faithful the movie is and that kind of stuff. But even before I go on to the story, let me just say the thing that stood out to me the most was the production behind this movie. Holy shit, everything about it was like top tier. The characters, they were really believable. Their animation was fantastic. It was smooth. The world itself, it's all hand drawn. There are a lot of different colors, a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different environments. The use of light in this movie is beautiful. Even though it's an animated cartoon, the use of light and the contrast is beautiful. Not just visual, the sound as well. It's the same caliber of music that you've come to expect from the series and from the video games. There is some serious production power behind this movie. It's really a feast for the eyes and the ears. What about the story itself? I was quite pleased with it because, first of all, it's beginner friendly. So even if you haven't played the game or haven't even watched the series, it's still understandable. The story covers the basics of the world and the basics of being a witcher and all of that. Throw in a few monsters as well, and there you go. There isn't a grand big story here. That's why it works really well. There are stakes, but there aren't a lot of different branches and factions and all that kind of stuff. It's fairly limited, the story. The pacing of the story is not perfect, but it's an hour and a half movie. You're not gonna notice it, and to be fair, it doesn't really matter. And of course, apart from Vesemir, there are other characters in the movie as well. Again, I'm not sure whether they are in the books, if they are relevant, but everyone had their parts. Granted, not every character was really deep and relatable, but none of them were completely forgettable and useless either. It was a good balance, I would say. And of course, in the story, you are also going to have a lot of different spells and action scenes and all that kind of stuff. They're all going to be here, and they're here in a good amount as well. And the action scenes and all that are done very well. The animation really works. Like I said, the animation is absolutely fantastic, and in the action scenes, it's absolutely shines. And last but not least, this is all even made better by the voice performances. Vesemir is played by Hugh James, and another prominent actor was Graham McTavish, who plays Deglan, who is the Witcher who trained Vesemir. All in all, you have a really good package here. I really had no problems with this movie. The only sort of problem I had was the sound editing in the action scenes that I've seen in some other Netflix animated shows, where in the action scene, the sound effects seems to be muted, kinda like it feels really weird, like they're not as loud as they're supposed to be, as if the music is just keeping everything really low. But that's the only problem I had. Not even a problem, a small annoyance. I think if you've played the games or seen the series, this is a must. And even if you haven't watched those, this is an hour and a half. It's not going to be a waste of your time. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it.